just a quick question asking if we were ready for them, and we're always ready for them.
Oh yeah, never not been ready a single time.
This is a professional stream.
Yeah.
That's not far from the truth, but kind of. You know what we should do? We should just get you a list of the players and just post it right there. Every event.
Yeah.
That's what we should probably do from this point forward.
Maybe.
Because then it'll also be in alphabetical order and you know how to
That
spell
would
it.
be nice.
So, yeah.
We have some people with some confusing last names here.
Like Kurth? I guess you can
Kurth is
figure.
pretty easy.
Yeah, you can figure that one out.
There we go. And Andy is ready to go.
Barbeau is a little bit.
I know that. My
Well,
buddies.
you know that because you're friends with them, but like. Soldier Pantheon.
One drop from Andy. Shock from Saban.
Thalia 10, the draw for Andy.
16.
Ooh, you kept the one lander, but hey.
I mean, I'm all the 6.
Well, the 6 with 2 1-drops so far, yeah.
And it's also kind of nice keeping one land because you know you have Knight of the White Orchid in your deck, so like missing a land drop isn't the worst.
Yeah.
The land comes into play untapped.
And also having Thraben Inspector, so you Inspector.
Redraw when you do get there.
Yeah. Saw land for sure. Basic land. Not sure what else he found.
Yeah, and he has the Knight of the White Orchid
Oh, yeah.
and a Kythian, so if he hits a land, his turn will be explosive at least. How does he
Hits
do it?
the land.
How does he do it? A master at the craft, Andy Markham.
Around the Thalia's Lieutenant. +1/+1 counters to the board. Blocks.
13.
Plus on 13. Opt was the draw. He's got a sensor. Failed passage.
Sensor's gonna be really good here. Because there's no way Andy would.
He's got an inverter as well.
He drew the planes. There's no way Andy placed the planes before the night, so the sensor's gonna do work. But luckily he has a Kythian to follow up, which is still all right.
Does make his lieutenant grow too.
Mm-hmm.
Gets met with the sensor land for Andy. Wait. You said he had a Kythian in hand?
Oh, I thought he did. Sorry. If he doesn't.
I don't.
It might have been the Marty War Reaper.
Yeah. Is that the warrior when it enters?
Yeah, the
yeah.
2/1.
Yeah, he does have one of those.
Okay.
He does have another card in hand. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's a Kythian. Because I would imagine he just slams Kythian there.
Mm-hmm.
Opt is the top and keep draw. It was a dig through time.
Fable Pasture curves really well into take through time on 4.
So two of the warriors, and it looks like the
Baelish Marshall.
Yeah, Baelish Marshall. Marshall coming down.
Trigger on Folly. It's time to pump the team. I think you basically have to send all out, although it's a blowout if your Marshall dies and you lose your Thalia. Block in there, take 6.
Falls down to 4.
Not the safest place, but the stick through time should be good at least. hopefully find some sort of sweeper.
Do they play sweepers?
I don't believe so.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think they do. I think they're just all in combo for game one. So I'm guessing he's looking. I don't.
Double fatal push, maybe.
Yeah, like 2 removal spells doesn't even.
Oh,
really...
that is horrible. That is. It looks like that was
5
lands, a Censor, and a Thoughtseize, which he definitely doesn't want to cast.
Well, he's gonna take a land and a Censor.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's really like. Ooh, that's Thoughtseize off the top.
Yeah.
Yep, Sam's gonna scoop it up. Go to game 2.
Andy's deck has been doing a lot of work today. Just keeping some risky hands, but there's a lot of payoff cards, so it's been working.
I mean, he also had a lot of plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had a few turns to find a land too, so it wasn't too egregious to keep the hand. I'm sure they play Ritual Suit.
In the side,
In the side.
something. Like, I honestly don't know if Ritual Suit's that amazing. Like, when you have Languish in the format.
Oh, I definitely saw Language in the sideboard. I definitely saw one of those.
It's probably a personal opinion on the matter, but I think in a lot of situations, Languish is probably just better than Ritual Suit. Definitely going against the Keithion deck, where Indestructible is a factor.
Yeah. Thought Erasure's coming out for sure for Saban. I saw.
Too slow, yeah.
Yeah, 2,000 Erasures.
Sensors on the play.
Yeah.
Cast downs, Kalitas coming in.
Cletus, and there was the
Languish.
Languish, thank you. The Languish was in there as well. Language only one of though. Hero, I really like the heroic intervention. Little like, oh, I'm gonna Wrath the board, heroic intervention. Like that's that's so cool. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I just thought of that randomly because I was like, what could Andy bring in that would give his creatures indestructible or result?
So not heroic intervention, but unstable formation.
Yeah.
Gives indestructible and also pumps your team if you cast it at sorcery speed.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of what he could bring in to give his creatures a little bit more resilience.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, it's interesting having Languish in the format. You might not want to put in unstable formation in your sideboard because it's good against Ritual Suit, but it is awful against Languish. So a lot of decision making when it comes to sideboarding. Andy says look good. First time I think he hasn't mulliganed on stream.
No.
So if he was keeping other hands, whew, this must be gas. I wish the Will Reaper was a little better in the matchup. It's still good. It's a 2-1 for 1, but it can't exile non-creature cards. So if it could,
yeah, that'd be a pretty choice.
Yeah. So
And
Estuary, revealing an island.
Op Jace, Thassa's Oracle in hand for Saban.
Thassa's Oracle's pretty well statted for a win the game card, honestly.
Oh yeah. He also has a Hero's Downfall in hand. And Inverter of Truth. Thought his lieutenant come down for Andy.
That Oracle's not blocking anymore. At least not for now.
Yeah. Hispenalia, 2 History Benalias, a the Gideon that gives you an emblem. Gideon of the Trials. And
Gideon of the Trials is a really good card.
And a Marshall.
Definitely from Saban not seeing it round one. He might not play around it when he goes for his inverter play. There's the Mutavault.
That's not good. A lot of his spells have double white in them in hand. I think that's his only castable card in hand right now.
But yeah, the Mutavault's cast. The Gideon of the Trials is super solid if you can cast it.
So as long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker.
Yep. Mill him too. That must mean that's signaling that he has either the full combo or a decent portion of it in his hand.
He does have Inverter in hand, and he drew a Thoughtseize off of the activation. So I do believe his hand is Inverter, Thoughtseize, Opt, and one unknown.
The Thassa's Oracle, is that in the... Oh, it's exiled in our Conclave. Okay.
Conclave, yeah.
I was like, where did it go?
Just going to boot up Mutavault here. It's going to fall down to 1. Fatal pushes the 4th card and save his hand.
His hand looks pretty stacked.
Do you rip off the Thoughtseize here? You personally?
I believe so.
Actually, I'm just going to go for an Inverter first here.
That means he has a...
He's actually going Inverter first, Chump Block,
he just
and
wins.
has... Yep, and he just wins.
Going to game 2, or going to game 3. I mean, there's no point to not Thoughtseize there. I mean, I know he was tapped out, but there really wasn't. You would get more information.
Even on the play there, Andy had a very aggressive board.
Yeah, the double white Mutavaults. I don't know how I feel about them. So many white symbols.
Yeah, and Marshall, 2 white or 3 white?
3 white.
3
white.
Yeah.
Every time we've seen the Mutavault, it was restricting on the mana in some way.
And I feel like the only time Mutavault feels great is to flip your Ketheon.
Yeah, that is really good. That is a really good interaction.
Yeah,
but
I feel that's rough. Yeah. I feel like that's the only time it feels great.
Mm-hmm.
Salting back to the sideboards here, seeing if Saban wants. Saban likes not to. Same with Andy. Oh, maybe not. Andy. Do you know if Mono White decks are playing Tide Taker?
Why they are?
No, are they?
Yeah, we saw one the other game. The last game Andy was on stream.
Oh.
It's when he was playing against Kurth, and the final turn of the game he played a Tide Taker, and it was representing lethal even if Kurth had a sweeper.
So Andy's going to be on the play here for game 3. I feel like that game was within his grasp if he hits second white.
Yeah, second white was pretty important there. Because second white means he can kill the chase there, which is pretty huge.
In History of Benalia, just pumping out dudes. Oh, he had 2 of them too.
Yeah,
but it would have been nuts.
That was heartbreaking. Go figure, the game he doesn't mulligan is the game he loses.
Same as looking at no lander. Oh no, right?
I think Andy's looking at a one lander.
I don't see a single land in Saban's hand. Yeah.
Yep.
Saban's gonna ship
Saban
it.
says we're playing Hearthstone, no lands in this game. So
That's just BattleBox, actually.
yeah. They're joking about the crystals coming automatically every turn. You don't need mana where we're going.
Have you played Hearthstone at all lately?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I dabble with Hearthstone every now and again.
When you
Normally
get
when
bored, you don't want to get in bed, just boot it up on the phone.
Yeah, it's once Magic Arena comes out, on mobile, I
Yeah.
doubt I will ever play Hearthstone again. Honestly, unless I want to play Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and it changes enough where it's interesting to keep playing. But yeah, I try to check out Hearthstone every rotation, or not every rotation, every set release.
Yeah, I always sign in and get my free
legendary.
legendary.
Yeah.
You gotta. No reason not to.
Mhm.
And it's not even that big of a game, too.
Sadly, the past two releases, normally they give a random legendary, and it's kind of unique because you
Yeah.
get a build-around card right when the set comes out. But recently, the last two expansions, it has been a set card that you get.
That's still not bad, though.
It's still not bad.
It's still a free legendary. Like, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Like, if WotC started doing that with Arena instead of just giving you a pack. Like,
That's Brave the Elements, I believe. Right?
uh,
It's been a while since I've seen that.
Brave the Elements, you're saying?
I believe so. I believe it's all creatures you control get protection from a target color. It's been a long time since I've
Choose
seen
a
that
color,
card.
white creatures you control, gain protection for chosen color.
Oh, yeah. It is. I haven't seen that since I started playing Magic. 2014. Yeah, it was a one lander from Andy again. Ooh, Draven Spectres are not the best.
Still playable, though. Still playable. One of them's going to be met with a Here's of Downfall.
So we went down to 14.
See your Inverter, Thassa in hand. Inverter and Thassa, I can't tell. I know he has, looks like he has 2 lands. Oh, it's actually 3 lands. Yep, 3 lands, Thassa and a Inverter. So is he trying to figure out if it's safe to go? Okay, so he's electing to cycle here. But I think he was trying to figure out if it was safe enough for him to go Inverter this turn, draw his card next turn,
Yeah.
and then go Thassa.
Ooh, hit the land. Another Mutavault, but the Thalia's Lieutenant. I guess Mutavault's kind of spicy. If you were playing a Thalia's Lieutenant on 3, you tap the Mutavault, activate itself, get a counter.
I mean, I get why it's in there.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking sometimes.
Especially right now. I feel like if he... because I think he has a couple double white spells. Saving back in the same predicament as he was before. I think he's going to go for it now. He drew a dig through time for a turn. That's not bad.
No, not at all.
I think you just go for it from what you've seen so far from Mono White.
I mean, you have to assume Andy brought in Rest in Peace, so it's kind of like go for it. You go for the even riskier double spell, the Inverter into Thassa's, which definitely feels riskier. But you really don't have much of a clock. You could be just dead next turn if you don't go for it.
Yeah.
Like a blocker's a blocker.
That's what he's running through right now, trying to figure out if he has enough turns here to go a safer route, which I don't think he really can here. I think he just has to play Inverter and
pray.
And just pray that next turn he also added another card to his graveyard. So that does change the math.
He did just say he screwed up by putting another card in his graveyard. So he's realizing that cycle was not the best.
Well, so he has Fatal Push in Hero's Downfall in his graveyard. Would it? I guess if he plays Inverter, and in the following turn he draws one of those removal spells, I think he can actually snag the win still. If he goes,
he wouldn't want to draw one of the removal spells. He would want to draw one of the lands. He's going with the Dig Through Time.
Yep.
Because if he drew one of the lands there with the 4 in there, then he can cycle and play the Oracle and win with the Devotion equal 2 because of the card he drew for turn. But the removal would be less preferred. I think the reason why he didn't go with it is because it is a 50-50, and I don't think he wants to take that chance. Although, doing this line also doesn't seem that good because he has... And he's representing 8 damage on board, and he hit his second land, so...
Ooh, another real bad Dig Through Time, I feel like, for saving here. Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Fatal Passage. I think his only 2 spells is Thoughtseize, Fatal Push. Oh no, there's looks like a Censor.
I think I saw another Dig Through Time, but that's not good.
No, you can't take that here. Might as well have just been a land at this point.
And he keeps telling him it doesn't have to be random. Same keeps shuffling.
I mean, hey, that's how he chose to put it back, though.
Yeah.
That's his choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
At least with this land, he can... Because we pretty sure he does not have a Fatal Push in hand, but... Oh, no. Oh, it looked like he did.
I think he may have grabbed...
Oh,
no, yeah, I think he may have grabbed it. He did have a Fatal Push in the 7. But, yeah, so that helps him stay alive as well.
And if he goes Inverted a land, he wins if he can live this turn.
Yeah, he definitely needed to hit a removal spell off of the Dig Through Time, and he hit literal best of Fatal Passage, Fatal Push.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
The Fabled Passage, really any land could have been good there, but...
Fatal Passage is just if he plays a big creature, or like, you know, it just hedges your bet a little bit more because...
I mean, it's CMC 2 or less, right?
Yeah.
For that, yeah, so...
But taking the Fatal Passage and playing it, I mean, finding the Fatal Passage with the Fatal Push just hedges your bet against, you know, larger creatures coming down because, you know, if Saban's not too familiar with a mono white aggro list, you know, he might be playing a little bit more safer and taking the Fatal Passage.
Sure.
Wait, why is the Fable... Oh, he has Urborg in play as well.
It's so good that he has the Urborg here. I mean, 3 cards, it wouldn't matter because he would... Oh, no, it does matter, yeah. It's super relevant. He doesn't have to put... But he has a swamp in his hand, so...
Yeah, he doesn't have to put the land in. Wow, that is actually really crucial. That actually just gives him the win.
I mean, if he didn't have the Urborg, Saban would have led with the swamp last turn.
Yeah.
But it makes it look good. It makes it look super stylish.
And he goes up to 21, exiling a Pantheon. Land. It's a draw for Saban. I think he just goes for it here. He just has to.
There's no reason not to. Andy has a colorless source.
It's either
there's nothing that he could have here.
Yeah, and also if Saban has to do it here, or else he just loses next turn.
Yeah.
And there it is.
So there it is.